Sup, y'all? Bringing you guys another video. Do y'all think Terence Crawford is the #1 pound for pound king in the sport of boxing right now? If you do, let me know why. Why do you think he is the #1 pound for pound king in boxing? Because in my opinion, it's clearly Canelo. In my opinion, Canelo is far ahead in the race as the #1 pound for pound boxer in the world today. The reason why I'm making this video is because after the Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter fight, if you stuck around and watched the rest of the pay-per-view broadcast on ESPN Plus, the ESPN team, the broadcast team, were trying so hard to try to convince the people watching that somehow Terence Crawford is ahead of Canelo in the pound for pound race. In my opinion, I don't think so, man. The clear #1 pound for pound king today is Canelo. Don't get me wrong, I think Terence Crawford is a spectacular fighter. Definitely one of the best out there in the world today. I used to have Crawford at #1 a couple years ago. I used to have him at #1. But when it comes to pound for pound list, by the way, to those who don't know yet, pound for pound list is very subjective. It depends on what you like as a boxing fan. There's a lot of things to consider, a lot of circumstances to consider. A lot of people consider skill, resume, what have you done for me lately, what have you done for me in the past. It's very subjective. It depends on what you like as a boxing fan. And for me, as a boxing fan, I look at what they have done for me as of late, who have they fought, their skill set, what they've done in the past, or what they have achieved in the past. And what else do I look at? I think those are like the four main things that I look at. What they've done for me lately, what they've done in the past, skill set, and resume. And for me, Canelo is the #1. He recently conquered the super middleweight division. Those who don't know, fought Callum Smith at 168 pounds to win the WBC, the vacant WBC and WBA title. Successfully defended those titles against Avni Yildirim, fought Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO title, and fought Caleb Plant for the IBF title, and defeated all of them within a year, in less than a year. And prior to that, before that, he fought Sergey Kovalev and knocked him out to win the light heavyweight title, and fought Daniel Jacobs and won that fight by unanimous decision. So for the past couple years, since May 2019, that's what he has achieved. And he, in my opinion, he has improved spectacularly as a boxer. His skill set, his head movement, his reflexes, power. He has improved a lot as a boxer, and he's one of the most skilled boxers out in the world today. Terence Crawford is, like I said earlier, one of the most skilled fighters out there in the world today, but he hasn't really done much lately. Yes, he became undisputed at 140 pounds, but that was years ago now. And since then, he's only fought, since 2019, he's fought 4 fights since 2019. Amir Khan, that was expected to beat him easily. Egidijus Kabeljaskus, good fight. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was a good fight. I thought Eggy was a good contender. And I give props for Crawford for giving him the opportunity in that one. But then he went on to fight Kell Brook. Weak fight. And with this win against Sean Porter, it's a very good win. But there's a but there. It's not the fight we all wanted to see. Now, if Terence Crawford fights Errol Spence and cleans out the division at 147 pounds, not only fighting and beating Errol Spence and also beating Ugas, then yeah, Crawford would be in the conversation as #1 pound for pound. But right now, #2 in my opinion. Definitely up there in the top 3. If you don't have him in your top 3, then yeah, I don't know if you watch boxing. If you don't have him in top 3, definitely at least top 5. At the very least top 5. He's definitely up there. Canelo, like the top 4 names I can think of on the top of my head is Canelo, Crawford, Alexander Usyk, Naoya Inoue, and #5. Who would I put at #5? I'll have to think about number 5. But those are the top 4 I can think of in the top of my head. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring up this conversation because the broadcast team for ESPN, except for the exception of Bernardo, they really were trying to push that somehow Canelo's number 2. Somehow, especially after a couple weeks ago. Come on, how do you have him at number? How do you have Crawford at number 1? It's as if people forgot already that Canelo cleaned out the division, became undisputed. Not necessarily cleaned out the division, but became, he cleaned out the champions at 168 pounds. Come on now. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.